I don't want any cords sticking out. I don't want any cords in my way. So it runs up through here, comes down, and then that's why there's a gap right here. Because the only way to get the cord out is to leave a little gap so you can pull it through the rails and straight down. Now it's connected by, and you can barely see this too, but if you see right here, it comes with those zip ties. I only used one zip tie. Ran it around the top of the rail and connected it. It doesn't move at all. That zip tie's in there tight. Holds this here. The other cord's held here. The other part of it's held right here. Doesn't move at all. And then on the bottom of this pressure pad, they gave sticky adhesive strips. I attached them to this, and it sticks on. It doesn't move on this grip because this grip's like a rubberized. Sticks right to them. Doesn't move at all. I've taken out extreme heat. It was 110 degrees here the other day. I was out there for about a good 4 hours at the range. I'm talking so hot that I had sweated through all my clothes. They were completely soaking wet. I had to take them off before I got in the car and put on something else. That's how bad it was. They didn't move at all. Once they were stuck on there, they're stuck. The pressure pad's very nice because you can tap it. I'll just kind of show you here. Here's the business end of it. When I tap it, if you'll see here, very bright. I'm not wanting to break the camera lens because they say it can damage your camera lens, but I'll just kind of show you here. If I do strobe here, that's your strobe for you. Now, that doesn't even give you a quarter of the brightness because obviously it's a camera, not somebody's eye. So it loses some of the resolution anyways. But that's simply if I tap it twice in a row and within 1 second. So 1, 2. Hold on, 1, 2. That's it. And it just strobes. If I just want constant on, obviously just press it. Or if you just want to do your own strobe, you can just keep pressing it on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. But that pressure switch, I would definitely suggest if you're going to get a tactical flashlight, get the pressure pad with it. TLR1S, like I said, I've had all this equipment on it while I've gone to the range, and I've gone numerous times. Like I said, 2,500 rounds to this gun already. This tactical light's been out the whole time. I've had absolutely no problems with it. The recoil it sustained, the actual lens, if you notice, out here is the end of my barrel. Most of the gunpowder that's coming from it when I'm firing comes till about right here on the barrel. Whenever I clean it, from here back on the barrel, there never seems to be any gunpowder, but from here forward on the barrel, there always is. So as far as the lens goes, because it's set here, right at the end of my rail, I did not put it on my extended rail. I considered it. The problem with that was when I put it out there the first time, it was covered in gunpowder. I did not like that, so I moved it back. I haven't gotten any on it. So there's reasons why certain things are in certain places on this gun, and that's why it's back here, because up here, obviously, it was getting too much gunpowder. Again, if you want to see it from the front here, here's how the actual gun looks. We've got tactical rails, there's the Eotech, and if you look, you're actually looking through the 3x zoom sight straight out. So you can see how clear it is straight all the way back. And that's with it actually up. You can see it back there, the Mako with the sight mark attachment on it, and the Eotech going straight out. Works very, very well. You can see the housing of the Eotech. There's actually a gap between the actual sight itself and the steel. The reason why that's for is obviously recoil, or if you drop it or something, it's actually to protect that housing on the inside. Alright, continuing on past the flashlight, again, it's a sight mark Streamlight TLR1S. Again, Streamlight TLR1S. It's been phenomenal. I like this version better than the TLR1. The TLR1S, there is a big difference between the S and then just the 1, because this one actually has, I think it's 60 more lumens. It also has the strobe, and I wouldn't buy a flashlight without the strobe. That strobe is an extremely useful feature. Continuing on, obviously you got your rail covers here by Magpul. Going down here, this comes standard from Rock River. It comes with all your attachments. If you want to do a 3-point sling, you've got one attachment here. You can see there's another one down here, and obviously on the other side there's another one right here. That's very nice. I don't use them. They are covered in a hard plastic, so that way they're not going to scratch up your gun. Like, see it, they're hitting the gun right now, and see how it barely makes a noise. It's very nice. I love that part of it. Here's actually the one thing that I do like that the Rock River comes with, that it was a very, very nice feature. I thought it wasn't going to work out well, but it did. This right here is your pop-up sight. This is your iron sights that comes with it. I absolutely love that on the Operator 2 series, they give you a pop-up iron sights. A lot of people like the AR-15 with the like triangle look to it. I don't. I don't like it because it's always there. If you install an Eotech, you have to install it higher than it if you don't want it in your sight. If you do and you want it there all the time, fine. I don't. I like the fact of having it up and down. I'll show you how it actually works. Rock River did a very nice design job on it. Here's your sight through it, straight down. So you can see it's a multi-pronged. It looks a lot like if you play Call of Duty or anything like that, you'll see some of the sights on there have one that looks just like it. I love the three-pronged look of it. Here's what makes the actual sight itself so unique. I'll show you here. If you can see right here, there's actually a button right here. So if I'm ready to put this down and I need to do it real quick, all you do is push the button in and push the sight down. That's it. So it locks it in place. It's not going to go anywhere while you're using it. It's locked down now and completely out of the way. So I've got complete plane of view with just the Eotech. The reason I like having it so I can put it down as well is, and a lot of people say, well, I like to have it up and not mess with it at all. Fine. Your problem is going to be is when you're at the range and you're shooting 200 yards and you're using your actual magnification, whether it's a scope or whether it's something like in this case 3 times with an Eotech and then that, this actually creates a large block of view in your scope, and you can't see the actual prongs of the sight. You can't see the actual prong in the middle. It just becomes a big black blurry dot because your aperture, your sight you're actually sighting through is actually getting the target out here because it's obviously 3 times zoom way out in the distance, and what you're seeing is up close this is getting put as a basically bottom field of view, and so you just see this black like floating thing that you can't see clearly because your aim is way downfield. So I do like that about the Rock River Arms. You just push the button in, flip it down. That is it. Very, very well made. Completely flat. Keeps it the same length as your rail, so it's not sticking up at all. So if you have even a shorter sight than an Eotech, it works incredibly well. I'll just kind of show you here how it works with if you have both your iron sights up. Obviously, we're going back to the mag pull. Mag pulls up, and then you just pop your front sight up, and you're good to go. That's if you don't want to use your Eotech or you don't want to use your 3 times zoom scope. That's what it's actually used for, and I'll just show you here how it looks. If you can see this at all, right there is your sights straight through your Eotech. You don't have to remove your Eotech because you can co-witness with them both. So if you're using your Eotech and you don't have a magnification on it, I've got co-witness through Eotech and iron sights, but the nice thing is if I don't want to use either of them, I can take them off and just use my actual Eotech on its own without the iron sights. Again, showing you here how it looks from the back. Showing you here, let's see here. Right there. So you can see right through that dot, straight through your Eotech. The red dot in the Eotech shows up right in the middle, and then you have your 3-prong sights in the back. And you can see them through the top of that Eotech here. I'll lay down the mag pole. So see, it's actually very nice. They show up right about there is how it looks when you're actually firing. And that should be about the right camera angle. It's kind of hard for me to see. I'm looking through the camera backwards. So they'll be right there, the 3-prong. If you're not using your 3 times zoom, that's what it'll look like. 3 times zoom is just going to be a blurry object obstructing your view, which is why I said I like the fact that Rock River has made it so that they're actually laying right down. That was a very, very nice feature. There's quite a few of them on the Rock River here, but I'm just kind of going through things. I don't want the video to be 45 minutes. Continuing on, the last thing here I'll just kind of cover here. Obviously it comes with, instead of a flash suppressor, it's a muzzle brake. I like the muzzle brake better than the flash suppressor. Not that there's really a kick to it anyways, it's just, I guess, preference. From my other gun, my DPMS, and then obviously my Bushmaster, they have flash suppressors, and personally the sound I actually think is what makes it cool. The flash suppressor itself I really don't care for. Nice thing about it is obviously if you take a look here, very impressive front muzzle. It looks very intimidating. A lot of people always come up and ask me what type it is. It just comes standard with your Rock River LAR 15 Operator Elite 2 series. And the reason I say Operator 2 is they do have an Operator series. It's just the Operator. It's not the same. There's a lot of things that are different. This is the Operator 2 series from Rock River Arms. And I like it. I've taken it, like I said, with 2,500 rounds through it. I like